and all my good friends. And my daughter, Karen. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, my heart is so full looking at the love and the joy that I feel in this room. Thank you. I'd like to ask you if you could create a day at your wildest expectations, your vision, what would it look like? For me, it might be on Easter Sunday, starting with sunrise in the Garden of the Gods, and then gathered around with all my lifetime fellow travelers. It is such an honor for me to have all of you gathered with me this evening. You know I've waited a long time. I'm surrounded by all of you. We've walked together, run together, grown together, sometimes grown apart, but then back together again. And again, I'm so filled with joy that all my special people are right here in this room. I was born on Easter, and it is my favorite holiday. I don't know if that's because I was born on Easter, or because all of my wonderful childhood memories of Easter, the pastel colors, the new life, the seeds of life, the frilly dresses, often made by my mother, chocolate, bonnets and patent leather shoes, jelly beans, ham, but never lamb. And did I say good chocolate? Oh gosh, the bright skies and the spring flowers, Sunday Mass, lots of photographs of my three sisters and my brother, and my mom and dad, although Dad was seldom in the picture because he was the prime photographer. So I love Easter. At a very young age, when I realized I would be very old before I ever had another Easter birthday, I wondered if I'd ever make it. 73 seems so old. 525,600 minutes times 73 is what I am today. And I would love to acknowledge our musicians here who have set the stage for that song. We have Janice Kelly on the piano, and Marcy Baruch, our vocalist, and Larry Thompson, our drummer. So 525,600 minutes each year we have. How do we measure them? How do we evaluate our life? The song has lots of suggestions about that, and I'll look at the lyrics with you in a moment. I know that there is a reality that the words we speak become manifest in our life, especially with intention. And I believe that numbers also are a way of understanding what shows up in our life. For example, my brother, there he is, my Regis, is 7 years older than myself, and my youngest sister, Nancy, is 7 years younger. And that's made all the difference in how we each have participated in life. And in just 2023 alone, we have decade numbers in our family. My brother, my son, Brian, and Noah, who's not here this evening. And we have two 16-year-old birthdays. Owen, there's my Owen, grandson Owen, yes, and Phoenix, grandson Phoenix. And just 2 days ago, we celebrated the 13th birthday of my grandniece Samantha. Where is Samantha? Oh, good. Hi, Samantha. I'm 6'3", 23. My nephew James is marrying Connie. So, how do you measure a life? How do you evaluate it? I'd like to just look a little bit at the lyrics of the song. In Daylights, I think of a story that Kent Rauenstrauss shared with me, that his neighbor is in hospice. And he went over to see her, check on her, and she was surprised that she was awake to live another day. In Sunrises, I'm sure, and sunsets, I'm sure that you all can locate one in your mind because it's probably the most photographed phenomena. In midnights, I personally tend to be sort of on the early side, but I'm sure there are a lot of night owls who relate to being up at midnight. In Cups of Coffee, that would be a lot for me. In Inches and Miles, inches, boy, I think of how arduous it is to take that first step in any challenge in our life. And the milestones, those transformational moments when we've been launched into a whole new direction. In Laughter and Stride, how do you measure the life of a woman or a man? In Truth That She Learned, that would be huge for me. Or in Times That He Cried. In Bridges He Burned, or the way that he died. How about love? Remember a year in the life of friends. Remember the love. Measure your life in love. So if I were to measure my life in love, the needle would be off the chart. And it's because of all of you. So I look around the room and I see my childhood friend who taught me that the death of our sons is not a finality. And my ex-husband who taught me the power of unconditional love. Each one of you have been a powerful link in who I have become and who we are becoming. I'd like to acknowledge that in this present beautiful world that we share, in the present form, I also know that we share a world of our heart and of our soul together. And it's both present and past. My mother and father were the backbone of Mercy Hospital, which is the place that we are standing on right now. It has been replaced by the Pinnacle. I think of my dearest friend, Norm Bouchard and Kathleen Lenover, and of my son Ben, who was the pinnacle of a life led beautifully. So I want you to, well, let's see, you know this phrase of, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I thought as a child, I understood as a child, but when I became a woman, I gave away those childish things. It's not that I've given away all the frilly, wonderful things of Easter. The little girl in me still loves all the memories of childhood brought forth. But as I've grown older, I've had a more senior conversation about what is the meaning of Easter for myself and for all of us. As you know, I invited each one of you to write your Easter story. And I've been blown away by the discoveries that I've learned through your journey, through the metaphor, birth, death, and resurrection. The stories of surviving the Holocaust, and stories of finding your voice when it was difficult to muster the courage. with permission, because I want you to know that all of these stories are very private. They're for me only, and I would never share anything that you share with me without your permission. But with permission, would like to read the last paragraph of someone's story. So this is the resurrection, and that's what Easter is for me. You'll get a sense of this through his writing. Today I try to be more mindful. Now this is realizing this is after the birth-death experience, the resurrection, the rising. Today I try to be more mindful of my thoughts and the conversations I have with myself. I no longer put pressure on myself to be perfect or to achieve certain milestones by a certain age. I am content with who I am. I'll admit I still love to chase big dreams, but now I can honestly say that I'm doing it for the right reasons. And maybe, more importantly, I do it while consciously savoring life. What do I mean by consciously? I guess I mean that the wonders and mystery of life appear in my normal day-to-day life, whereas before my days seemed more programmed. I used to rush through experiences in order to get to the good stuff. Now I see the good stuff all around me, all the time. I am more grateful than ever for the simple joys of life, the warmth of the sun on my face, my dog Lola snoring, a stranger's laugh, or just hanging out with my family. Isn't life glorious? Isn't that Easter? And I know that several of you struggled with that assignment, and some of you declined to even go there. What I want to say is that I seriously wanted to give you a gift of self-reflection, which has been a powerful tool in my own life. And if it's not your style or your form of expression, I want you to know that I love you just as you are, and you are 100% expressive to me just as you show up. But I do also want you to know that there's no time limit. If at any point you want to share, share your story. So I have a couple more gifts for you. I've chosen a song for you that I feel aptly expresses how I feel about all of you. And before I have Janice and Marcy and Larry, thank you, do the song for you, I'd like to just say a couple more things. At the end of the evening, I have something for you to take away, a chocolate Easter bunny, good chocolate, the Lind chocolate, because you can't have Easter without chocolate. And gratitude glasses. These glasses are unisex sunglasses, UV 400. They're really nice. They say gratitude on the bow, and I'm giving them to you as an expression of my gratitude for you. And should you, for any reason, not be a sunglass wearer, or these might not be your style, feel free to pass them on to someone to whom you're grateful. There is a note inside from me to you, and there's also a note inside from Sharon Saraga Walters, whose life profession, whose life purpose is the teaching of gratitude. And so it is my joy to say to you that may gratitude fill your life and launch you in every aspect of who you are. So, gosh, I just again want to say to you that you are all the wind beneath my wings, in that collectively we're more than what we would each be individually. So before I turn it over, I want you to know there's Easter eggs here on the table. Take one and share it with someone in the room if you wish. There's Easter trivia that you might not know, and then a question on the other side that might jumpstart you getting to know someone a little bit better. We have lots of food. Please help yourself. Without extending this conversation too long, it's a play it forward kind of experience in my life where someone came into our life through our daughter Karen, who needed assistance in life, and we provided that. Her paying it forward was putting together a video with my son Brian, and it's beautiful. She's a professional planner, event planner, and did an amazing job. So that's looped, so at any time you can go into the theater room and enjoy watching it. Am I forgetting anything? If you would love to sing or play or whatever, just let the musicians up here know.
We're coming.
Okay. Again, thank you. You fill me up. And I am more with you. Thank you.